Yo, what up?
Once upon a time in the age of...
I'm never gonna remember to skip that cutscene. Like immediately. Oh, there's a dog. Someone's driving by outside.
Run, something inside him said, run.
Mail showed up just as I started. Yo what? Yo what? Sup? Yo what? Soup? I was just responding to a ping I got on Discord. This episode, we're gonna get the record back. We're gonna set the record straight. We're gonna set the record sideways. I just got a package in the mail. It's my blanket. I got a blanket. Let's do this.
Once upon a time,
I'll never remember to skip that cutscene. What an unfortunate place for a big yeah. Right next to the cylinder.
Run! Something inside him said, run!
Run! Run! Gee. Oh, it's coming right for me. Can I pick any of this up? No. I could so just get out of this crater if there weren't invisible walls. I'm getting pinged multiple times, and I think that might be Idior messing with me. There it is, the great crushing thing. No, it was me. He said, whoa.
The great crushing thing, the great cylinder, had stopped.
The great cylinder.
Perhaps
See, I
it
could
was
totally
safe
just
here
jump
for a
out of
while.
this.
How quickly it learned to use its
No.
legs
No.
and its trunk. But these things were not so
I
much
should set it to
learned
low
as they were
latency mode
remembered.
whenever I get the
Perhaps
chance.
little Trebhum thought
That's gonna have to
they
be like
were a
after this
gift of
run
the strange
entirely.
voice it heard in its mind.
In about
That too was a
35 and
kind of
35
memory.
minutes and 8 seconds. Frick, I missed the button. That was terrible.
Just when it was starting to get used to its legs, the food from the jumping creature gave it new ones. With the right substance as a catalyst, a Trebhum can transform
Try to shoot water
and
at the
adapt
flying
to many
bugs?
challenges.
No.
Surrounded by this light, the Trebhum knew things it had not known before. It knew
We
the
absorbed the
older
knowledge
Trebhum had
of the
carried
light.
this light for a long, long time.
I wonder if there's a
It
route
knew
on that right
now
pillar that would be
responsibility
faster.
had passed to the next
Because
generation.
there's...
Yes, this young
think there's a good-
Trebhum
wait,
had to
there's one
carry
of
the
them
light
creatures right
to
there?
those great towers in the distance.
I thought we didn't see that until we got to the
It could have
desert.
stayed here to learn many old things, but the cylinder would not allow
The
it.
cylinder would not allow it. Wrong way. Wrong way,
The inner
bozo.
voice said, "Run!"
That was bad.
The towers would not stop the cylinder unless they were activated.
It almost seems completely random which direction you're facing at the end of the cutscene.
Quickly, the Trebhum had to step on the symbol or the cylinder would not be stopped.
Yeah. Oh. A slight delay after you get it. Did I just kill that grasshopper?
The voice inside the Trebhum's memories assured it that while the tower stood, the Trebhum would be safe. The power of the eternal cylinder was contained for now.
Oh wait, you watched the cutscene here.
This dust was not natural. Only a great Trebhum could create it. And so it was on the achievements of previous generations that the newborn Trebhum would have to rely. Luckily, it seemed a wise and powerful Trebhum had passed through here some time ago.
There we go. Do you see me get stuck there? Uh-oh. Why did I start picking things up? Sussy Scoob, I am out of it. I am out of it. I didn't even interact with the cube.
Somehow this ancient statue transferred knowledge to the Trebhum. It was as if a memory had been stored inside
Shoot
it,
thing?
waiting for someone to absorb it.
This ain't it. This ain't the run.
And as soon as this knowledge had entered their minds, the Trebhum realized that there was a great library of information hidden away in the web of their
It's a
memories.
warm-up. We're warming up.
But why was the knowledge of a specific ingredient placed here in this Trebhum made of stone?
Yeah, we're warming up here.
Inside the cave,
Wow.
the Trebhum found a living elder.
A living
It had been waiting in this
elder.
chamber for a long, long time. The elder
I need to make sure my
was happy
stomach
to
is
see some
full.
friends before the cylinder came. It
Need
said,
these other fellas.
"You are young, so you never knew the time when our people could shapeshift at will.
I should become one of the other
We
fellas
Trebhum
and
are
fill their
inheritors of a
inventory with
vast
food so
trove
that
of
once
abilities.
our stomach is empty,
Abilities
we can all
passed
just
on
eat it.
to all future Trebhum. But this power is being taken away. Beware the servants of the cylinder. They will seek to hurt you at every opportunity, and
they're
they
gonna
have
hurt
the
me.
power to rob you of your abilities. But if you persevere, one day you will find a way to protect yourselves from their evil light. Farewell, my brave friends.
Fare thee
I fear
well.
I am too old and tired to join you. May you find a way to prosper in this time of struggles.
All right.
It was not easy to leave the cave, but the elder had urged them to go forward. Suddenly they felt the weight of their many tasks. To find their Trebhum siblings, to restore the powers their people had lost. And it all seemed a little daunting. Cylinder resumed its destruction. Nothing could stop it forever.
There it
They
is.
needed to roll to safety to find another tower to protect them quickly.
Bad at the game. So many of these creatures. Get it away from me. Right here, I'm pretty sure he yaps for a lot, so I could gather up some
The
food.
Trebhum found themselves almost as lost as they had been in the beginning. But the voice in their memories comforted them. It was only natural to be confused, it said. They had been born into a strange, broken world, cut off from the history of their ancestors. Everyone was a little lost these days.
Everyone was a little lost
What
these
mattered
days.
was to keep going, to keep looking for answers, to keep carrying the light they held within them, the light that stopped the cylinder. In this strange, eerie temple, the Trebhum felt something stir in their memories. There was a great power in this place. Something from the days when even the elders were young. Perhaps it could help them. The Trebhum were disoriented for a moment. Something new had entered their memories and they needed to make sense of it. It seemed to be a map. And on this map, a location had been marked. If they understood correctly, there was some manner of serpent, a guardian, a greater being of some kind, somehow linked to a safe haven.
Get the thing?
Could they find refuge there?
Quit getting underneath
Their
me.
ancestors
Oh my
must
gosh.
have created this map for a reason.
Ah, shoot.
Of all the changes that Trebhum were
Okay, we're still standing
experiencing,
by.
growing a third eye was the strangest one yet. To make things even stranger, this eye seemed to look in two
Is
directions
this
at once.
extra dialogue
Into the world,
making it so I
and
can't go
into their
outside?
memories.
Oh.
They could use it to find in the real world any element that was
Well,
contained in
darn.
the web
My
of
reason
their
for getting that
memories.
third eye
It was
was
truly
hoping that it would
a remarkable mutation.
make it easier to not get my cube taken away. There we go. Here comes the mathematician.
What manner of strange beast lurked behind the cylinder? The Trebhum were deeply unsettled by this new mystery.
But they were
Though
certain
some
it
part
was
of them was
not
curious,
best to find
they were
out.
certain it would be best not to find out.
They're trying to kill me. These creatures all over the place. Always trying to kill me. Now I'm hungry. Yes, eat and digest. Use
As
up all my
their
water.
fear faded, the Trebhum started feeling weak and tired. With all the excitement and adventure, they'd neglected their most basic needs. The sound of an empty stomach reminded them that survival requires more than escaping from danger. You also have to eat.
Also
Luckily,
gotta eat.
one of the many gifts of the Trebhum is the capacity to store food in their bodies. But they still need to digest it to gain the vital energy that gives them strength. And for such small creatures, they do require rather a lot of food.
Yeah, they do
Fortunately,
require a ton
the
of
savannah was rich in flora and
Give me
fauna
the
which would
liquid.
satisfy
Give me
their
the
little
liquid.
bellies without necessarily triggering a mutation.
food. Shoot. Ah, shoot. Nah, this is a loss right here. I thought he blabbered for a little bit longer than that. Not sure where my tower is. There's no other tower over there. Oh, here's where our powers get stolen. Oh, that is hot on my tail. kinds of transformations. I'm using up tons of water. And I didn't get any distance there.
One by one, the yellow light cruelly burned away the Trebham's abilities.
There we go.
The Elder had warned them about the evil light of the Cylinder's servants. Now they knew what kind of creature to avoid.
Anybody else got? Ooh, get that away from me. Blood, what are you doing there? This is not looking good. My stamina wheel like that. Dang, I ate like a full feast 1 minute ago and I'm already empty. They do need rather a lot of food, as you said. Food stamina. This might not be enough. There, it is right there. Got a little dude. What sucks is that right after it is the auto scroller where you can eat all you want.
The Cylinder roared with fury. The voice in their memories spoke with great urgency. The Trebbham had to be very careful now. The Cylinder would lash out at the land, but it would not let them run too far. To survive, they would have to stay in the eye of the storm.
Where's the incubator machine? Incubator. I heard an hour. Backed myself into a corner? No. But I should have gone around to the right. That thing's right there. And that thing's right there. Is that going the wrong way? Yeah. Yeah, mega. Mega. That is... Where am I? I went the complete wrong direction. There's a... What? Where's the tower? Did I run past it? No, the red line's right there. There it is. Did I run that far away? Oh my gosh. That's no good. Wow. Ain't making it this time, bud. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Run? Something inside him said.
Once upon
Run.
a time,
How did I get so disoriented during that? That's like the easiest segment.
run, something inside him said, run.
I think, I'm not sure, but I think anything you eat before it tells you you're hungry does not matter. But I'm not too sure about that. It's been tested.
The great crushing thing, the great cylinder.
The great
had
cylinder.
stopped. Perhaps it
spamming
was
hearts?
safe here for a little while. How quickly it learned to use its legs and its trunk. But these things were not so much learned as they were remembered. Perhaps the little Trebum thought they were a gift from the strange voice it heard in its mind. That too was a kind of memory. Just when it was starting to get used to its legs, the food from
Water?
the jumping
Right into
creature
the water?
gave it new ones. With the right substance as
Right
a
onto the
catalyst,
rocks.
a Trebum can transform and adapt to many challenges.
Shoot anything from my inventory. Try shooting the water bugs. Yep, that was no
Except
good.
for the grass growing on the old one's head, they were very much alike. Surrounded by this light, the Trebum knew things it had not known before. It knew the older Trebum had carried this light for a long, long time. And it knew that now that responsibility had
darker?
passed to the next generation. Yes, this young Trebum had to carry the light to those great towers in the distance. It could have stayed here to learn many old things, but the cylinder would not allow it.
Of course, the cylinder. You know, the cylinder just ain't that tall, you know?
Run, the inner voice said, run. The towers would not stop the cylinder unless they were activated.
Good. Oh, he's here.
Quickly, the Trebhum had to step on the symbol.
That's the
or
guy
cylinder
that
would
beat
not
my
be
record.
stopped.
It stood for a full year because nobody else played the game. I like that skip you found in the dark maze. Mine was just wrong. I didn't know you could just go around it like that.
Finding another Trebhum was a cause for joy, but this new friend was not well. Deep inside the memories it had inherited, the
Oh
Trebhum
shoot,
found
you
the
distracted
answer.
me.
To recover, its
Sabotage.
friend needed a very specific substance which appeared as glittering clusters of crystal dust. This dust was not natural. Only a great Trebhum could create it. And so it was on the achievements of previous generations that the newborn Trebhum would have to rely. Luckily, it seemed a wise and powerful Trebhum had passed through here some time ago. This door had been built for Trebhum. It gave them hope
Oh my gosh.
that in this large and dangerous world, some places had been made for them.
Oh, I'm bad.
Somehow this ancient statue transferred knowledge to the Trebhum. It was as if a memory had been stored inside it, waiting for someone to absorb it. And as soon as this knowledge had entered their minds, the Trebhum realized that there was a great library of information hidden away in the web of their memories. But why was the knowledge of a specific ingredient placed here in this Trebhum made of stone?
Cutscene. What's he saying? I can't understand him.
It said,
Oh, there it is.
"You are young, so you never knew the time when our people could shapeshift at will. We Trebhum are inheritors of a vast tree of abilities. Abilities passed on to all future Trebhum.
You what up, Ghost
But
Blade?
this power is being taken away. Beware the servants of the cylinder. They will seek to hurt you at every opportunity, and they have the power to rob you of your abilities. But if you persevere, one day you will find a way to protect yourselves from their evil light. Farewell, my brave
Yeah, the
friends.
doot-doot
I
language.
fear I am too old and tired to join you. May you find a way to prosper in this time of struggles." It was not easy to leave the cave, but the elder had urged them to go forward. Suddenly they felt the weight of their many tasks, to find their Trebhum siblings, to restore the powers their people had lost, and it all seemed a little daunting. Zoomed its destruction. Nothing
Zoomed
could
its
stop it
destruction.
forever.
This guy
They
moves
needed to
around
roll to
randomly
safety to find
and
another
has
tower to
a
protect.
chance to just
Quickly.
kill your fellas as you pass by. There's a sale of the game? $8. Holy crap. Bought it for like
The
30.
Trebham found themselves almost as lost as they had been in the beginning. But the voice in their memories comforted them. It was only natural to be confused, it said. They had been born into a strange, broken world, cut off from the history of their ancestors. Everyone was a little lost these days.
Everyone was a little lost
What
these
mattered
days.
was to keep going, to keep looking for answers, to keep carrying the light they held within them, the light that stopped the cylinder. In this strange, eerie temple, the Trebham felt something stir in their memories. There was a great power in this place. Something from the days when even the elders were young. Perhaps it could help them. The Trebham were disoriented for a moment. Something new had entered their memories and they needed to make sense of it. It seemed to be a map. And on this map, a location had been marked. If they
This thing is
understood
impossible.
correctly, there was some manner of serpent, a guardian, a greater being of some kind, somehow linked to a safe haven. Could they find refuge there? Their ancestors must have created this map for a reason.
Yeah, $8 is a great deal for this game.
What manner of strange beast lurked behind the cylinder? The Trebham were deeply unsettled by this new mystery. But though some part of them was curious, they were certain it would be best not to find out.
Okay, what's next? Oh yeah, the hungry.
As their fear faded, the Trebham started feeling weak and tired. With all the excitement and adventure, they'd neglected their most basic needs. The sound of an empty stomach reminded them that survival requires more than escaping from danger. You also have to eat. Luckily, one of the many gifts of the Trebham is the capacity to store food in their bodies. But they still need to digest it to gain the vital energy that gives them strength. And for such small creatures, they do require rather a lot of food. Fortunately, the savannah was rich in flora and fauna which would satisfy their little bellies without necessarily triggering a mutation.
Oh, shoot. Water. I hardly know her. Fella. This keeps getting me for some reason.
One by one, the yellow light cruelly burned away the Trebham's abilities.
That's the one.
One by one, the yellow light cruelly burned away the Trebham's abilities. The Elder had warned them about the evil light of the cylinder.
Last time I tried,
now they knew.
last time I tried doing that, it got the cube anyways. And I tried stacking the 3 eyes on top of it. Why didn't I get that stamina? I tried stacking the 3 eyes on top of it to see if that would, if it would get that first. What? Okay. I need to be grabbing more stamina. Digest. This ain't no good. Nah, we got this. See, right after that spot where stamina is tight, we get the auto scroller where we can just fill up whenever we, however much we want.
The cylinder roared with fury. The voice in their memories spoke with great urgency. The Trebham had to be very careful now. The cylinder would lash out at the lad, but it would not let them run too far. To survive, they would have to stay in the eye of the storm.
Whoa! Okay, I died this time because I didn't actually look where I was going. What up, Notchkey? Oh, he sees me. Cylinder. I should look for, like, find out which food is the best and then store up on that. lightning is long, but it's long for everybody. So it's a good time to slow it down and get as much resource as you can.
As frightening and surprising as this enormous creature was, the Trebhum felt a sense of relief to see it descend from the sky.
I didn't make it.
This was the celestial being they'd been told to seek. Perhaps it held an answer to their troubles.
I thought I was cool for going through the maze blind, but you can just jump around it.
The Trebhum now found themselves seeking the help they had been promised. Who would answer their questions in this place? Encountering another elder was a happy moment.
Oh, loud. I thought you said
How they
long.
might survive the
That word is covered up by the little, like,
elder
heart
replied,
thing in the corner of the
I
chat.
can feel your fear, little ones. Ever since this cataclysm began, we have been seeking ways to stop it. But the cylinder is relentless and indestructible. It will consume everything in its path.
I forgot what comes after this. I know I have to go backwards
to do
coming out of the door, because I
is
forget
go
that every
behind
single
it.
time.
I have discovered a mutation that allows us to rise into
It goes,
the sky.
you go
You
backwards,
must seek
you
a
go for a
woodland
couple
tree that
runs, because
grows
they're
a
like looking for the
special
tree.
fruit that floats as it becomes ripe. It is the key to the
And those couple runs are pretty
transformation
difficult. I
have
think
undergone.
you had to reset on one of
You can use
those, even.
geysers to float well above the cylinder's height. My only regret is that I have grown too old and weak to help you with this task. If you find any glimmer of hope on the other side, remember me. Farewell. Sadness and fear filled the Trebhum's hearts as they left the Elder's cave. Their only path to salvation was full of uncertainty, and they could not forget the thing they had seen lurking behind the cylinder, casting a dark shadow over this glimpse of
UPS
light.
just sent me a message.
The Trebhum
There
had
we go.
never seen this mysterious tree the Elder spoke of. They would have to keep moving forward and hope it lay somewhere ahead. The cylinder
Popcorn.
would give them no other choice.
Digest. Okay.
They were still nowhere near the mysterious tree they were supposed to find. But the voice in their memories encouraged them. It was wise in matters of root and rock, and it could sense the soil under their feet changing. Step by
Get
step,
away from my
they
stamina
were
cloud.
getting closer.
Should be a good path here. Yeah. Fellas, I think this is it. It is hauling. It is hauling. That right there was not cool. Wild. Reload. Okay. So it didn't digest enough. Excuse me? Oh, it's the other way. Okay. It's not the other way. I got blocked. It was over here. Bella. You just ate someone. How did I only get... Oh! That's wild. This is a strange predicament. Okay. Dead run.
They were still nowhere near the mysterious tree they were supposed to find. But the voice in their memories encouraged them.
How much...
It was wise.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to find a good like balance
and it could
between
sense the soil under their
digestion
feet
and running,
changing.
because you have to stand still to digest things, and you have to not roll to regain stamina wheel, which I think makes this a very interesting speedrun game, having to find that balance. After too many McDonald's cheeseburgers, you can't run or digest. Also, I'm pretty sure whenever you fail a run, the cylinder goes slower next time, which makes it even longer. Yeah, here's where the trees are. A little bit of digesting during the cutscene. Oh, it's not the cutscene yet. See, during this you can walk.
What was this monstrous creature?
But it's hard. I don't know, like,
the ones the elder
in
had
what
warned
direction
them
you
of?
walk. Like, it
Its very form terrified
does
the
it
Trevor.
point
Even
the
the
arrow
voice in
keys
their memories seemed
in the
to
direction
fight.
you were facing, or
And then
in relation
somehow
to where the camera
the
is when
Trevor
it faces
remembered
towards
the
the
creature's name.
mathematician?
It was called the Mathematician.
The mathematician.
Finally, the weeping trees that
Now,
the
I don't know
elder
how
had
it
told
happened,
them
but when
to find
you-
were within the Trebham's grasp,
You were able to get one that wasn't,
Trevor
that didn't have a shell on it.
they realized that they faced a new challenge.
Where's my
The
frick?
ripe
Wrong
fruit
way.
were floating out of reach, and the others were enclosed in a hard shell. They would have to find a way to crack them open.
Get over here. I have not digested enough.
Even with the ability to float, overcoming the cylinder would have to be done very carefully. What they needed was a geyser that was well positioned, close to the cylinder, when it lay still, or their plan would never work. They would have to keep looking, and meanwhile, they would try not to think about what sort of monster could kill one of the flying serpents.
Oh, this is like the worst spawn. That's wild. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's randomly generated or procedurally generated. Like if there's just a few options for things that can happen. Get over. Because if it's just a few options, then we can make a route plan around each one of them. But if it's random, then that's worse. That was hauling. Also, how do your friends get over the cylinder when you after you go past? Yeah, right there. This cutscene's like 4 minutes long.
In the dream inside the strange giant's mind, the voice that spoke to the Trebhum seemed different. It was less like a memory, more like something alive. But there were so many other voices too, lost in this place.
Nuts in the mouth? What are you talking about?
I remember the mountains of my home, the vast forests, the clouds hanging low overhead, the cities in the valleys where the rivers ran. I remember the faces of my
Puts
children
air, this
and
fella's
the
just
songs they
breathing.
sang when the stars rose high. But I have forgotten the names of all these things, and slowly one melts into the other. My children will become mountains, the forests will become songs, and then all will become one and be nothing.
The current like full game run was just my like first actual playthrough that I just recorded. So that one's the easiest. That one's easy peasy.
Desert, in defiance of thirst. When night fell, it shone like a jewel, and even the stars envied its brightness. Poets and scientists gathered from around the world.
Quit yapping.
Observatories scoured the sky for wisdom and beauty. That is where we first saw the new star.
Each voice was a memory, a song from a forgotten time, slowly fading. But
Wait, you can
some
die
of
here
these
due to hunger?
memories were
You know what?
Trevor memories.
Until
Memories of things
I
that
started
Trevor
trying to like
once
learn the run again
became.
yesterday, I did not know you
Perhaps,
could die of
the voice
hunger
suggested, these could be reclaimed.
somehow, because it's been plaguing me constantly when I'm trying to relearn it, but I never experienced it the entire time like I played it a year ago. And the first time I actually died of hunger was after this cutscene, trying to run up to the mathematician as he was rolling it. And I was like, well, am I soft locked then? But apparently you can just walk and it won't take your hunger. Does that mean I digest by standing here during the cutscene? I have finished the game before. I have...
The memories
He
returned.
took my first chapter run, but I have the records for chapters 2, 3, and 4, which are like 50 minutes each. Those could easily be whittled down a lot. I think chapter 1 I spent the most time on.
Frightening as it was, the Trebham would have to come back. This was a place of death and nothingness. There were no answers to be found here. The voice on their memories urged them to return to the lands of the living.
Also, do you know, like, precisely how long that cutscene is?
A profound feeling of futility overcame the Trebham.
36:58.
Despite having miraculously survived their encounter with the mathematician, they were back to where they'd started. To make matters worse, ahead of them lay the cold and
That's
snowy
what,
lands
38
of the
seconds over
tundra.
my PB.
Not a very nice place for Trebham, who are not meant to live in the cold. They would have to push forward against all odds and pray that they could find help.
It's hard to tell. I'm trying to find out if just rolling versus roll jumping
If the Trebham were going
is
to
better.
deal with this terrible cold, they needed to find a mutation that would keep them warm.
I feel like just rolling
Their
while
memories
strategically
suggested
like
that the
finding
answer
spikes in
lay
the
in
terrains
odd
that you'd
little
get
purple
airborne
furball
because
that
stamina
grew
isn't
where the
being used while you're
beautiful
airborne.
Snow corals rose from the ground.
I still have the save 365 days ago. Practice makes improvement, of course. I don't remember which chapter this is. Is that Dr. Vegapunk? What even chapter am I in? Yeah, if you get enough airtime, the jump is worth it, but I was like basically spam jumping. I don't know. Like a jump off a crest that gets you good distance. It's all comparing like how much you would have used just rolling versus the extra that you get from jumping. What just happened there? see. I should have been taking notes. My notes got deleted. I had a like speedrun guide notes for chapters 1 and 2, but my C drive was obliterated off the face of the earth. The music is fire.
Once upon a time in the age...
I didn't start it. So there's... The formula, I think, is always the same. Right, you get the introduction, the first temple, then you run to the second temple with the flies. The introduction, let me put this in my notes. The order of operations. Introduction, cube temple, cube fruit, get indoctrinated. Run left out of the temple into the next run. Yeah. So that's second run. I don't know if that's visible. No. So the second run, there's typically, let's see. There's that big bad there. They move randomly. I try to go around it. Stamina mist on the right side, and then you get to the tower. There's that thing about points of interest, whatever. So this is the Fly Temple, and second run. What is, yeah, big. I would say, let's see. I'm going to try to keep Cube empty, because Cube gets all of the transformations. Yeah, there's 3 people. Does it say there's 2 people? Da-da. Side temple. Get Mohawk bait flies, of course. This here, I'm not sure, but I think during, like, while the narrator's talking, opening up the map here does not, like, take more time. I think he keeps talking during it. The map opens automatically, of course, but I think anytime the narrator's talking, you could open the map to see ahead of you. Because I know there's a lot of times that we get backed into a corner with the cylinder coming after us. I don't know if it helps, but I tried to get the extra eyes mutation. I don't know if it's a random chance which one the light is gonna get, or if they like get certain ones first. You're a ghost? Exit temple. He talks for a lot, so that should be a good... Actually, do you know if the stomach matters before it says you're hungry? Like, if you eat stuff and, like, try to digest at certain times, does it actually help? Or whenever the game just tells you you're hungry, is it just the same? Exit temple. Mathematician. Exit temple. This should be the 3rd run. Normal, typical run. This is where it says you're hungry. Eat food. The food we gathered in the other trebums should be quite a bit. They take a lot of food. I guess it's because we're running constantly, but they take a lot of food. Because it, like right here, let's actually see. Oh, this is dangerous. Clicking through the internet. Let's see all the way back when it tells me I'm hungry. If it's exactly the same. It's not the same. Wait, it is the same? Oh yeah, it is. No, wait, I'm looking at my stream, which is streaming my game. It's not the same. Okay. So it... Or is it just... Was I eating during it? It shows that. And then I'm eating right after it. I start eating. Do I? Yeah, so so it is the same, but I was eating during the cutscene of it, like putting the stomach over there. Because it wouldn't make sense. Because during the time between the beginning and this part, we would have gone through like 3 or 4 stomachs full. If the stomach is only like down to 1 by this point, it's probably just the same every time. Load. I can't load my own stream. There we go. We have the stomach. So it starts off here, right there. It's slightly different. Oh, that's my live streaming. Let's see if it starts like digesting immediately after the cutscene. No, because he's moving, but I was standing still. So it looks like it starts at the same spot, no matter what, whenever it introduces the hunger. Wait, eat food. Yeah, so I would save up food for this point, because I've been eating it all before that, and I think it just has no effect. So eat food here, and I wonder if it would be worth it to eat the food and digest it right at this point. Are y'all shooting each other in the chat? Let's see, so there's the food. It's red, but is this one of the reds that kill you? Or is it? I know, I think in the second chapter, there's a red wall that's fake, and it'll just turn blue when you get close to it. But this is probably like a narrator. Yeah, it does kill you. So let's see, third run, eat food. I'm gonna say eat food. Oh, you're gonna see the cutscene timer start. That's funny. Eat food plus digest. I have my timer start button on the plus button, which is funny. Eat food, digest, start, run. Fourth run seems to be normal, typical. Yeah, you just go straight to the pillar. And fourth run. So this is the interesting part. The servant of the cylinder. And do you have legs on this guy? I can't seem to get any distance on my other trebums when I try to do it here. Did you put jumping legs on this? No, it doesn't look like it. Whoa! That's a big jump. When I saw this, I thought, is there a possibility to ramp up there and go around the other side with like a huge jump? Like go around the left side here. That might be like super precise, but you got major error on this. What's the... Oh, my notes. End fourth run. Nor car guy and our past once. Use other fella to keep the cube. If cube is gone, run is dead. Cube is important. Cube skips a huge section, y'all. I don't know if you know this, Natsuki Ghostblade. I don't know if... Who's Ghostblade? Are you friends with Skeleton Casket? Wait, are there 6 people watching me play this game? Nope. Oh yeah, what's the latency like? Okay, I know we had like pretty high latency last night, like 10 seconds. So type into your chat bar the word potato and get ready to send it on the number 3 and we'll see how long the latency is. So get that ready. 1, 2, 3. $11 seconds. Okay. I should have used the life split timer for that. Cube's gone, run is dead. Potato girl from Attack on Titan. Okay. I think... Would this be a good spot to digest? Actually, he's digested there quite a bit, but the stomach is empty. I'm gonna say pick up food. Always be picking up food is what I learned. Fourth run. Speedrun delay any percent. What do you mean by that? Right. I don't often get harassed by those guys. I guess I steer clear too much. I got harassed once. Army? Army what? Okay, so that was a pretty standard run. Ooh, the lightning. Okay. And fifth run, start. And fifth run, and start. Sixth run. Lightning round. Gather tons of food. Eat, digest, etc. And don't back yourself into a corner, because I went the complete wrong direction. So the sixth run is always lightning. Oh, and then after this, it's the filter nose. Lightning round. Before And anything else? Because we're full stomach, full digestion, probably full wheel. Get filter nose. And around 6. Cysts. Run. Right when the cylinder contact was when... Okay. And I imagine there's got to be some kind of bounce you can do to get from here to that platform. And because bouncing to the bottom and starting to go up the stairs, that kills your momentum completely. And I think maybe like running a little bit along the bridge and then jumping over to the platform might do it. I would have to test that. That's the N6th run. We got the filter nose. Enter temple. And it's the dark temple. My mom asked me what kind of pizza I like. That's a good question. Y'all, what kind of pizza do I like? What do I say? You know, I typically, for pizza, I normally go for just meat lovers, just tons of meat. But recently I've been trying to expand like the types of things I eat. So I suppose I should go for like a supreme. Trying to eat more. I mean, pizza's not vegetables, of course, but trying to get that taste. Trying to get used to that taste. All of them. If y'all, I mean, I don't think there's probably a Papa Murphy's over there, but here we have, so I'm American and we have like the worst food on the planet. We have a Papa Murphy's, which is a pizza place, and they have a pizza where they put a meat lover's pizza down, right? And then they put more dough on top and just make another pizza on top of that pizza, but it's like one pizza. It's like a stuffed pizza. And it'll kill you. If you ate half of that thing, it would kill you. Also, I'm waving my hands around. I'm like gesturing as if I was in a conversation with someone who could see me, but nobody can see me, so I'm still gesturing. I am still gesturing to nobody. I am always gesturing when I speak. Enter Dark Temple. Jump around rim of maze. Sam Club. Quasar face cam 1. Let's see. Oh, I shut down the. I have that like VTuber thing of a sheep. It's pretty funny. Jump around rim of maze. Yeah. Get indoctrinated. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I suppose I should respond to that, shouldn't I? What kind of pizza do I like? Oh, my package was oh yeah, from Bed Bath & More. What kind of pizza do I like? Meat. I'm gonna say Supreme. I'm gonna go out there. Enter Dark Temple. Jump around room of maze. Speak to the fella. She asked pineapple or no. Nah. I like pineapple, I just don't feel like the acidity mixes well with the... What is it? The sauce. The acidity doesn't mix well. I like to drink pineapple juice. Like, pineapple by itself, I like. Most things that have pineapple are like mixed with other things, but I just want to have pineapple by itself. I just want to drink pineapple. Oh, this guy's screaming. No, you? Okay. Dark Temple. Oh yeah, go backwards out of Dark Temple. That is the important part that I keep forgetting. Go backwards out of Dark Temple. Disrespectful of Mexican. Did I say something? Are you saying pineapple is disrespectful of Mexican? Backwards out of Dark Temple. He goes around the left side. Is this one always the same? He starts the run here. Oh, he went around the left side but went to the right pillar. And I think going around the right side there is faster, especially if you're getting to the right pillar. So go backwards out of Dark Temple. I'm gonna go around the right side. It's come on. Wait, go backwards out of Dark Temple. And we are starting first 7th run. Go around right side of mountain. And I'm bad for screaming. I don't care about the screaming. It's I don't care. Dude, he is deleting all of his messages. It's not that serious, I don't think. End 7th run. Right there. And this... Yeah, 7th run is a nothing one because they're just looking for the tree. So start... End 7th run, start a... How am I forgetting how to spell 8th? 8th. Eighths. That is a weird word. Eighths. That's even weird to say. Start 8th run. Wait. End 7th run, start 8th run. That's this one right here. 8th. That's yeah, I should just type the number. There's a whole character that is the entire word. Wait, I got distracted. I got disoriented. This is ending the 7th run, starting the 8th run. Oh, and that's where he died. So this is still the 8th run? Is it? Shoot. 8th run. Died. Still the 8th run. And then here we end the 8th run. Okay. Start 8th run. And a run. I'm gonna say for now, until we figure out if the maps are set, if there's like variations, like set variations of the map that we can work around, I'm gonna say check map here for just a moment so that we avoid getting caught in a corner like that. And 8th run. And this is when the mathematician comes out, so eat floaty pear. You went through the half pipe here. And right here you grabbed a fruit without a shell. There was a fruit without a shell that you were able to grab. Probably because you could jump. Yeah, it was already broken. Void servants eat floaty pear. Look into showed here. Because if we can do that consistently, that'll be good. Find out how to do that. Da-da. Start. And run. So the 9th run is going to be going over here. That's a good spawn. The just the flat planed one. Because there's one you can get where it's just like the whole thing is a green cloud cavern. And then I think that geyser's always there. I saw it the last like 3 times. We should also try to figure out how high we need to go here, because floating up takes a long time. If we can find like the minimum height required, that should shave off a few moments. And then of course getting close to the red. Let's see, start 9th run. Float up on there before wins. Run. Red wall. Cutscene. Cutscene. Let's see, actually. I'm going to say from the moment here, when you get grabbed, so about 30:39, that'll be the start of our cutscene. So that... about 4 minutes, just under 4-minute cutscene. That's quite a long time for a cutscene just to be sitting there. And then I don't know how, but I didn't know about this geyser, the one that was right next to the cylinder. Which is a great... It even, like, clips the cylinder while going up. Like, right here, the streaks of the geyser go into the cylinder. And a world record. Not for long. 4-minute cutscene just sitting there. Like, at the end of the run, too. Not anywhere else. Alright. How do you have your live split set up here? I don't know much about the settings in live split. I just have this basic setup with just the timer. Let's see, cutscene. Cutscene. And right side. And there, closest to cylinder. Jump over. Yeah. Chapter 1 ends when... I think... So on the speedrun like rules thing, it says that the chapter ends on the first frame that you can see the text here for the next part. Is it... I mean, you're not the one that wrote it, but I wonder if it's saying the text or just part 2. I would assume part 2, because that... The first frame that appears is the same as the first frame you touch the ground. Oop. Where'd that go? Also... Let's see. For settings... are we going to have it as like neutral settings? I think this is basic. Is this what it defaults to? Because like are these settings going to be like set them as to what we want, or to be a speedrun of the game is going to be neutral or normal settings? What do you think? Okay, because, yeah, just having the settings be whatever. We could just make the, food deplete at half the rate, and enemy detection lower. That should make it plenty easier. Yeah, I always kept cylinder aggressiveness, or like easy aggressiveness, off, because making the cylinder faster makes the game faster. Trebum herd detection, is it automatically on? Or did I change that? They ignore AI members and only attack the player-controlled leader. Field of view and brightness. I have all the way up. I don't even know what resolution scale is. Ray tracing. Ray tracing? This game has ray tracing? Okay. Let's see here. That is a lot of typing. My game... Yeah, my game crashes. It happens frequently. Um, I'm not exactly sure what it was. I think my game was corrupted after it crashed a lot last stream, like last night, and it happened after I tried to load a save, and then it crashed. And anytime I tried to load into the game, yeah, the crashes are common. Anytime I tried to load into the game, it would crash. I had to go into the Epic Games launcher and verify files to fix it, and then it stopped crashing. Crashes are somewhat common. I did get through like my first like full 8 hours of the game without crashing, but it would be very frustrating if a crash happened on like a particularly good run, because the crashes are common. I think I'm going to keep my live split here. I'm going to keep it quite simple because I have it on the screen. I don't really have anything to put on the side if I were to like put it over there. Oop. Huh. You set it up like in the middle here? Is this like a wide display? (1824 by 1026). Can I change my borderless full screen? Windowed? See if that works. (1440 by 900). Huh. That's not even an option for me. 13 by 700, is that close enough? I assume these are all 16 by 9s. Why does it look weird? I think I just have like a wider monitor or something weird like that. Can't go any lower than that. 1920 by 1080. Borderless full screen. Let me just keep it right. Oh. Keep it right there. Get my notes up. There we go. Oh, how am I going to read all my notes? Let's see, cutscene. Second run. Okay. First run. Yada yada. Wounded. Cube temple. Okay. Is my timer on screen? Is anything on stream? Okay, there it is.
Once upon a time in the
I will never remember to skip that cutscene there. Immediately. Run, something inside him said. Run!
Run, something inside him said, run.
What just happened? We could totally just, like, jump out of this pit if there wasn't an invisible wall.
The great crushing thing, the great cylinder.
The great crushing thing.
Perhaps it
I'm about
was
to
safe
sneeze.
here for a little while. How quickly it learned to use its legs and its trunk. But these things were not so much learned as they were remembered. Perhaps the little Trebum thought they were a gift from the strange voice
A
it
gift
heard in
from the
its
strange
mind.
voice.
That too was a kind of memory.
I keep jumping into the water
Just when
here.
it was starting to get used to its legs,
And I jumped into the
food
water
from the
again.
jumping creature gave it new ones.
Right.
With the right substance as a catalyst, a Trebum can transform and adapt to many challenges. Except for the grass growing on the old one's head, they were very much alike.
They were
It
very
knew
much
the
alike.
older Trebum had carried this light for a long, long time. And it knew that now that responsibility had passed to the next generation. Yes, this young Trebum had to carry the light to those great towers in the distance. It could have stayed here to learn many old things, but the cylinder would not allow it.
Oh, that darn cylinder. Always not allowing things. It's
Run,
always
the inner voice said,
random
run.
which direction I'm
The
facing. I don't
towers
know
would
why.
not stop the cylinder unless they were activated.
Also, it seems that stamina does exist during this first part before you find the hunger.
Quickly,
Or
the Trebum had to step on the symbol or the cylinder would not be stopped. The voice inside the Trebum's memories assured it that while the tower stood, the Trebum would be safe. The power of the eternal cylinder was contained for now. This dust was not natural. Only a great Trebum could create it. And so it was on the achievements of previous generations that the newborn Trebum would have to rely. Luckily, it seemed a wise and powerful Trebum had passed through here some time ago. This door had been built for Trebum. It gave them hope that in this large and dangerous world, some places had been made for them.
For them. Just get pinged on Discord.
Somehow this ancient statue transferred knowledge to the Trebum. It was as if a memory had been stored inside it, waiting for someone to absorb it. And as soon as this knowledge had entered their minds, the Trebum realized that there was a great library of information hidden away in the web of their memories. But why was the knowledge of a specific ingredient placed here in this Trebum made of stone?
Cutscene.
It said, "You are young, so you never knew the time when our people could shapeshift at will. We Trebum are inheritors of a vast tree of abilities. Abilities passed on to all future Trebum. But this power is being taken away. Beware the servants of the cylinder. They will seek to hurt you at every opportunity, and they have the power to rob you of your abilities."
Yeah, popcorn.
But if you persevere,
I could pop the corn during this.
You will find a way to protect yourselves from their evil light. Farewell, my brave friends. I fear I
gotta
am
measure
too
like how long each of these
old
cutscenes
to join
are.
you. May you find a way to prosper in this time of
Yeah, not really at will. You can like unlock that ability later on in the game.
It was not easy to leave the cave, but the Elder had urged them to go forward. Suddenly they felt the weight of their many tasks. To find their Trebum siblings, to restore the powers their people had
There's
lost.
the awakening the cylinder like
seemed
tidbit and then an
daunting.
actual cutscene.
The cylinder resumed its destruction. Nothing could stop it forever. They needed to roll to safety to find another tower to protect them quickly.
There's sometimes like 3 or 4 stamina mists there, but I only got 1. Oh, a bug. I tripped on a bug. I tripped. There was a heavy thumping there for a second.
The Trebum found themselves almost as lost as they had been in the beginning. But the voice in their memories comforted them. It was only natural to be confused, it said. They had been born into a strange, broken world, cut off from the history of their ancestors. Everyone was a little lost these days. What mattered was to keep going, to keep looking for answers, to keep carrying the light they held within them, the light that stopped the cylinder. In this strange, eerie temple, the Trebhum felt something stir in their memories. There was a great power in this place. Something from the days when even the elders were young. Perhaps it could help them.
Excuse... I went too fast.
The Trebhum were disoriented for a moment. Something new had entered their memories and they needed to make sense of it. It seemed to be a map. And on this map, a location had been marked. If they understood correctly, there was some manner of serpent, a guardian, a greater being of some kind, somehow linked to a safe haven. Could they find refuge there? Their ancestors must have created this map for a reason.
Ooh. That's a loss. Mathematician time.
What manner of strange beast lurked behind the
what is
cylinder?
that?
The Trebhum were deeply unsettled by this new mystery. But though some part of them was curious,
to find out.
they were certain it would be best not to find out.
Ooh. And then it's Temple Mohawk, so this is where we get hungry here. The tax office, yeah.
As their fear faded, the Trebhum started feeling weak and tired. With all the excitement and adventure, they'd neglected their most basic needs. The sound of an empty stomach reminded them that survival requires more than escaping from danger. You also have to eat. Luckily, one of the many gifts of the Trebhum is the capacity to store food in their bodies. But they still need to digest it to gain the vital energy that gives them strength. And for such small creatures, they do require rather a lot of food.
That is an understatement, requiring rather a lot of food.
The savannah was rich in flora and fauna which would satisfy their little bellies without necessarily triggering a mutation.
7? Dude. I don't see many of these bug bubbles very often. Oh, here's the skip that I always get wrong. Wait, no, I want someone else, don't I? Yeah. You were able to just, like, walk and then jump. Yeah. Oop. Okay.
One by one, the yellow light cruelly burned away the Trebhum's abilities.
Cube? Yes.
The Elder had warned them about the evil light of the cylinder's servants. Now they knew
no
what
food.
kind of creature to avoid.
What manner of creature? This one always seems to be similar, but I'm not sure. This run here. Maybe I should have gotten stamina before doing that. An egg? Oh shoot. Oh shoot. A red. Huh? This ain't looking too good. And here's where we get to eat all we want.
The cylinder roared with fury. The voice in their memories spoke with great urgency. The Trebhum had to be very careful now. The cylinder would lash out at the land, but it would not let them run too far. To survive, they would have to stay in the eye of the storm.
Is that pillar even on my map? Yeah. Get all the food. What is this? I don't think I've ever seen that carrot before. 70? And then it was after the lightning that we get the filter nose. Eggs, but not really any incubators. That fella is patrolling the pillar. Okay, they're leaving. No, they're going back. That's not very nice of them. Do they pick up food on their own? It sounded like he was coming for me. Ooh. post there. A bug. I tripped on a bug again.
As frightening and surprising as this enormous creature was, the Trebhum felt a sense of relief to see it descend from the sky. This was the celestial being they'd been told to seek. Perhaps
Easy.
it held an answer to their troubles.
Shoot. Not easy. There we go.
Relieved at having bested the Guardian, the Trebhum now found themselves seeking the help they had been promised. Who would answer their questions in this place?
Talk to the balloon feller.
Encountering another elder was a happy moment. The Trebhum asked how they might survive the cylinder, and the elder replied, "I can feel your fear, little ones. Ever since this cataclysm began, we have been
So
seeking ways
we
to stop it.
get
But
indoctrinated.
the cylinder is
Parkour.
relentless and indestructible.
Lightning
It will
rounds,
consume
Dark Temple.
everything in
Go
its
backwards
path.
out of Dark Temple.
So,
7th
perhaps
run,
what
right
we
side of
need
mountain.
to do is go behind it.
And then just two more.
I have discovered a mutation
Two more
that allows
rounds.
us to rise into the sky. You must seek a weeping tree from which grows a special fruit that floats as it becomes
A
light.
special fruit that
It is the key
floats.
to the transformation I have undergone. With it, you can use geysers to float well above the cylinder's height. My only regret is that I have grown too old and weak to help you with this task. If you find any glimmer of hope on the other side, remember me. Farewell.
Farewell.
Sadness and fear filled the Trebhum's hearts as they left the Elder's cave. Their only path to salvation was full of uncertainty, and they could not forget
Full
the
stomach,
thing they had seen lurking
full
behind the
digestion,
cylinder,
full wheel.
casting a dark shadow.
And it's going to be
over this
empty by the
glimpse
end of the
light.
second run. Oop. Backwards out of here. Why am I this guy?
The Trebhum had never seen this mysterious tree the Elder spoke of. They would have to keep moving forward and hope it lay
Oh, there's an
somewhere
incubator.
ahead. The
Tripped on a
cylinder
bug.
would give them
I tripped
no
on
other
3
choice.
bugs so far in this one run. Very good stamina cloud placement. We can't find it. A little cave. That should be the... yeah.
They were still nowhere near the mysterious tree they were supposed to find. But the voice in their memories encouraged them. It was wise in matters of root and rock, and
In
it could sense the
matters of
soil
root
under their feet
and rock.
changing. Step by step, they were getting closer.
Oh, which one's closer? unless I die. Jeez. Blood? You gotta be kidding me right meow. I hit nothing. Did you see my momentum stop existing in the air? I hit nothing. Right, that... I couldn't have gone any other way. That was a close one. Like, it wouldn't have mattered if the other two died, because I didn't need them. Silius, right, meow? Yeah, this one should be closer. And then there's another cloud right here for stamina. When I get right here, yeah, I'm still closer to that one. We just gun it right for it. But that fella's gonna notice me. And of course, the cylinder's way back there this time because I died.
What was this monstrous creature?
The
Was this one of the
mathematician.
cylinder's servants? The ones the Elder had warned them of? Its very form terrified the Trebhum. Even the voice and their memories seemed frightened of it. And then, somehow, the Trebhum remembered the creature's name. It was called the Mathematician.
It was a tree over here that you got it from. Oh yeah. Mass is scary.
Even with the ability to float, overcoming the cylinder would have to be done very carefully. What they needed was a geyser that was well positioned, close to the cylinder, when it lay still. Or their plan would never work. They would have to keep looking.
Good spawn
And
over here.
meanwhile, they would try not to think about what sort of monster could kill one of the flying serpents.
See, no matter what spawns, there's always this little lip right here. tripping over that bug. There's no geyser. Where's my geysers? Oh, there's one. So that one isn't always guaranteed to be there. Let's see. 4 minutes. That's coming out at 35. He's eating.
Dream inside
You can see the food going up. That's wild.
The voice that spoke to the Trebhum seemed different. It was less like a memory, more like something alive. But there were so many other voices too, lost in this place.
I remember the mountains of my home, the vast forests, the clouds hanging low overhead, the cities in the valleys where the rivers ran. I remember the faces of my children and the songs we sang when the stars rose high. But I have forgotten the names of all these things, and slowly one melts into the other.
I think every time we have died to the cylinder on probably that run right there, it is excessively fast. And it might be necessary to like actually stop and get more stamina wheel.
And the voice wanted the Trebhum to find it.
I remember
a city built in the desert.
in defiance of thirst. When night fell, it shone like a jewel, and even the stars envied its brightness. Poets and scientists gathered from around the world, and its great observatories
what's
scoured
the
sky for wisdom, beauty.
That don't look like the map.
Saw the new star.
Each voice was a memory, a song from a forgotten time, slowly fading. But some of these memories were Trebhum memories, memories of things the Trebhum had once been capable of. Perhaps, the voice suggested, these could be reclaimed.
I remember how our
a tower stretched out to the sky.
Yearning for the stars.
Man, this fella's just big.
They were symbols of our best and our worst. I remember our voices echoing
The main
in
character
canyons
in an
as
anime.
we fought for change, for a world that was different. Then it came, and the towers fell, and there was no more difference.
Yo, what up, Ghostblade?
Where are our voices now? Where are our songs? I only hear one, and it is eternal.
As the memories returned to the Trebhum, old abilities stolen by the cylinder.
Old
were
abilities
finally
stolen by
restored.
the cylinder.
But there was so much more.
Come on,
The voice had answers, but
get me out of here. Get me going.
frightening as it was, the Trebhum would have to come back. This was a place of death and nothingness. There were no answers to be found here. The voice in their memories urged them to return to the lands of the living.
I mean, it's not record, but it's certainly a PB. I had, what, 3620 last time?
A profound feeling of futility overcame the Trebhum. Despite having miraculously survived their encounter with the mathematician, they were back to where they'd started. To make matters worse, ahead of them lay the cold and snowy lands of the tundra. Not a very nice place for Trebhum, who are not meant to live in the cold. They would have to push forward against all odds and pray that they could find
GGPB.
help. If the Trebhum were going to deal
Kill
with
it in
this
the frozen
terrible
water
cold,
or the cold water.
they
What are
needed to
these
find
creatures?
a mutation that would keep them warm. Their memories suggested that the answer lay in the odd little purple.
I've forgotten
fibre
lots of things
that
from this
grew
game.
where
Oh
the
wait, it was just
beautiful
food.
snow corals rose
Oh wait,
from the ground.
electrogenic skin. Okay. Oh, I remember this, but I only found it in like chapter 4. Oh, I got a thing. Fuzzy creatures. There's all sorts of power-ups that I didn't encounter when I was playing. Oh, you never found the electro skin? Yeah, it's easy to miss because you're not normally going in the water and like sucking up fish. This guy turns like nutrients into water. What's this creature? It looks like a something. Oh, it's the storage body. I was just thinking about that. Yeah, the cave. There's the, like, what is it? Turns materials into dust. The jam, yeah, that was a cave jam. You want to update your times, yes. New PB, 3526. With plenty of opportunity for improvements. Why is going so fast? For funsies. For funsies, that's all it is, really. Alright. Actually, let's see if... see if there's a checkpoint at run number 8 there. No. What do I do now? Go faster. We go faster now. That's the feedback loop of a speed run. I think that's good for now. I'm gonna eat. I'll probably be back later. I'm gonna skedaddle. Of course I know Left 4 Dead 2. My chair's always so creaky.